Good afternoon, members. This is CA Abhishek S. Chauhan, and today we are going to start or discuss one of the most recent exam case study. This is again one of the case studies which are coming from a long time in the exams. I'll not say that this is a new case study, but the complete proper data of this case study was not available, and that too even some of the members were easily able to crack that in the exam. So much of the members have not shared this case study with me. But as these days I have received some requests from the members that they are not able to match the answers of this case study in the exam, so I'm here to explain to you this particular case study. This is basically a mixture of two concepts. One is called the weighted average cost of capital. The second one is called the leverage of beta. If you want to understand the leverage of beta, already I will add in the description of this or in your classes itself. We have covered that concept in detail. Secondly, one more recent exam case study on leverage of beta. If you can search on the Easy SFM channel, then definitely you can find it over there. As the level of exam is getting tougher and tougher, so as maximum as case studies are possible, we have to practice them, right? So if you have not subscribed the channel Easy SFM, please do subscribe. There also you will get the recent updates also. So let's not waste our time and let's start the discussion of this particular case study. Very easy, but if not practiced, then obviously it can create a trouble. But before going further in the discussion, let's quick recap of these two concepts which are going to be used in this particular question or case study. The first concept is leverage of beta, which basically starts from that overall risk in a particular similar kind of companies are always same, whereas the equity beta, depending upon the capital structure, how much risk the equity shareholders will have to bear, based on that the equity beta will always change, or rather equity beta will always be higher, right? So formula for the same is overall beta is equal to equity beta into weight of equity. And while calculation of weight, if the tax rate is also available, then we should use debt into 1 minus tax, right? In detail in that particular video or in the class we have already discussed. Second point is weighted average cost of capital. How to calculate that? Obviously, cost of equity into weight of equity plus cost of debt into weight of debt. While calculation of cost of debt, always we have to take cost of debt into 1 minus tax, right? But in the weightages, then don't do 1 minus tax, because obviously otherwise it will be a kind of double effect. Moving ahead, there is basic concept that is used CAPM, how to calculate cost of equity. The answer is RF plus beta into RM minus RF. If multiple RF rates are available, then the lower of all you have to take. So if you are aware about these basic concepts, this is the basic question that we are going to practice. So let's not waste our time. Please pay attention, because otherwise if you will not practice these questions with me, then in exam directly if you see this kind of big questions, then it might sometimes we are not able to get that exact answer, right? So let's transfer or start the question. So the question is in front of your screen. The following data is related to Pooja International Limited, which is in the business on electronics or should of electronics. The similar entity is in the same business is having a equity beta 1.5. Sometimes even if the word equity is not written and beta is written and capital structure is given, always you have to assume that they have given you the equity beta. And they have given you the equity beta as 1.5 of that company having a capital structure of comprising of equity as 20 lakhs and debt of 40 lakhs. This is the information of the similar entity. But if the similar entity, if equity beta is available, capital structure is available, tax rate is available, so overall beta can be calculated. And if I am also in the same industry, my overall beta will also be same. But equity beta will be different, right? Pooja International is working day and night to improve its profitability. Whereas last year data show profit of 5.5 lakhs. Last dividend paid by company, that is D0, is rupee 1 per share. The growth expected in the coming year is 6% per annum. The company is concerned about its cost of capital as they have employed many sources for the funds. The company is worrying about the cost of capital, that is overall cost of capital or weighted average cost of capital. With the increasing sources, they were feeling risky. So after first year, they have repaid the commercial papers issued. So they have employed multiple sources of funds. So they were little bit worried. So after 1 year, one source of funds might be commercial papers. So they have redeemed those commercial papers, right? The company wants your expert advice. Company is requesting you. So you have to give your expert advice. We'll definitely do. Expert advice and calculation of WACC so that it can plan for its future projects effectively. The details of the capital structure of year 1 and year 2 is as follows. So if you see the detailed capital structure, the paid up value of capital or equity is given, the fair or market value of equity is also given. So while calculation of weighted average cost of capital or leverage and all, we always use the market value of capital or market value of debt and equity, right? 10% debenture, 6% commercial paper. If you see quickly, then in the year 0, that is year 1, that is 1 crore given. In the year 2 it is 0, as the information was also given above. So they are saying 8% cash credit, 2 crore, everything else is totally same, only the concept is of commercial papers. The government has also provided you the information about the information regarding the government T-bill rate is 6%, whereas a company can borrow at 6.5 to 10% from market depending upon different type of instruments, right? So which can be used as discount rate? Obviously 6%, or risk-free rate, sorry. The market risk premium is 5% over and above the risk. RM is also given, RF is also given. So if we can calculate the equity beta, we can easily calculate the expected rate of return on equity. The expected future cash flows are 10 lakh per annum for the next 4 years, and discounted for the next 4 years are 8, 10, 12 and 14. You are required to, number 1, calculate the weighted average cost of capital for year 1. Second, calculate the weighted average cost of capital for year 2. And third is, what is the present value of all future cash flows, that is given in the third or last line, right? So let's start the discussion of weighted average cost of capital. We are having the cost of these 3 debts, but we are not having the cost of equity, and for calculation of cost of equity we need to calculate the equity beta. So let's start the discussion. So if I use comparable company, so comparable company debt is given as 20 lakhs, sorry, rather 40 lakhs, and equity is given as 20 lakh, but tax rate is 25%, right? So if I calculate and equity beta is given as 1.5. so overall beta, so for this you can refer the class notes or the video on YouTube also. So overall beta is equal to equity beta into equity upon equity plus debt into 1 minus tax. So equity beta is 1.5, equity is 20 divided by 20 plus 40 into 1 minus tax. So how much that will be? 1.5 into 20 by 40 minus 25% is 30. So 20 by 20 plus 30, or 1.5 into 20 by 50. You can calculate on your own. So it will be 0.6. So this will be applicable to my entity also, right? So my capital structure for first year. Now first year and second year is having different. So let's discuss about the first year. How much is the equity? And always market value is 4. And how much is the debt? Let's check. It is 2 plus 1 plus 2. Whether we have used to use shortcut, we have to use the short term loans also, or short term debts also. So 2 plus 1 plus 2, 5 crores is the debt. So now equity beta in first year, equity beta in year 1. In the year 2, the only thing is that equity is still 4, but debt now has changed. 2 plus 2 only 4, right? So in that situation, the basic difference, equity beta in year 1 and 2, let's calculate simultaneously also. So equity beta is equal to overall beta that is 0.6 into equity plus debt into 1 minus tax divided by equity. This is the same formula, just use interpolation. 0.6 into equity in this case is 4 plus debt is 5 into 1 minus 0.25 divided by 4. If you use here, then is equal to 0.6 for the second year into 4 plus 4 into 1 minus 0.25 divided by 4. So it will be, how to calculate? 0.5 minus 25% plus 4 divided by 4 into 0.60. 1.5 1625 is the equity beta of year 1 and 4 minus 25% plus 4 divided by 4 into 0.6. Sorry, my fault. 4 minus 25% plus 4 divided by 4 into 0.6. So it will be 1.05, right? So if I am having equity beta 1.1625 and 1.05 for first year and second year, both are the first and second questions that they have asked. The RF is given as 6%, the RM minus RF, that is equity risk premium, is given as 5%. So 5 multiplied by this plus 6, you can get the cost of equity, not overall cost of capital but cost of equity, right? So 1.1625 into 5 plus 6, it will be 11.8125%. This is the important point of this question. Everything else is exactly easy. So here again 5 into 1.05 multiply plus 6, it will be 11.25%. So other cost of debts can be easily calculated. Let's use Excel for better clarity in this case, or proper calculations. Calculation of weighted average cost of capital. So let's calculate for year 1 first. In the year 2 also, the basic only difference will be sources. Then I am writing here cost of fund, and then amount. So based on the amount, there will be weight, and weight into cost, right? So here if I want to calculate first of equity, first source is equity, first source is equity, and what was the cost of equity? We have just calculated, that is 11.8125, 11.8125, right? And amount is 4. So weight will, let's calculate. Then 10% debenture. So the cost is equal to 10 into 0.75. Why I have written 0.75? Obviously because after tax cost of debt, and 25% is the debt. So 2 is the amount. Then 6% in the first year, the commercial papers are there. 10% CP. Then the cost for this will be is equal to 6 into 0.75. And amount was 1. And then cash credit, and rate of cash credit was 8% CC, and is equal to then 8 into 0.75. So the amount for cash credit is, let's check, 2 crores in both the years. So now this question is more or less finished. So that total of the amount is equal to is this, and weight is equal to this divided by this, is equal to this divided by this. And if you use the sum of this, the weight should be equal to 1, right? So here weight into beta, question first part is over. Weight into cost, sorry, not beta. If I use the same formula over here, right? So this will be my weighted average cost of capital. The answer given as per the question is C, 8.75%. This is the year 1, and they have asked you for year 2 also, right? So year 2, if I have to calculate, the exact copy paste of this will be there for year 2, right? Year 2. How to calculate? The only thing is the cost of equity is going to change, and what will be the cost of equity? 11.25%, 11.25. And other than that, the only change is there that this will become 0, right? So this obviously the commercial papers are now 0. The answer is automatically there. The answer is 9%. This is the answer for the second part, B, right? Third part, they have asked you, they have given you the cash flow for the next 4 years as 10 lakhs and the different discounting rates are given. One case study, we have already practiced this kind of case study in the class along with the logic available on the YouTube also. I will put the link also in the description. So if 10 lakh, 10 lakh, 10 lakh, here I am going to do a 10, 10, 10, 10. The year first discounted is 8%. So obviously we will discount it with 8%. Second year rate is 10%. So first of all, when I will discount it with 1.10, then the value of this 10 will be here. Then I have to put this value or bring this value to year 0. Then first year rate is 10%, 8%, sorry, right? So in that situation, for bringing it to year 0, I have to again discount it for 8%. In the year 3, first we have to discount it with 1 year, that is 12%, then 1.10 for the second year to first year, then 1.08, and again 1.14, 1.12, 1.10 and 1.08. For the logic of this calculation, you can refer to that particular video, that the link or the available in the question also, right? So this was all about, if you calculate this, the answer will be 31.79. The answer for this third part will be 31.79. If I calculate it for you, then also year 1, 2, 3, 4. Cash flows are 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, right? And present value of the same is equal to this cash flow divided by 1 plus or 1.08 directly is equal to 10 or is equal to this divided by 1.08 into 1.10. This is the method is applying incorrectly. So I have to mathematically use it like this, I guess. So is equal to again this divided by 1.12 multiplied by 1.10 multiplied by 1.08, and then last is equal to this divided by 1.14 multiplied by 1.12 multiplied by 1.08 into 1.10. So if you will add them up, you will get the answer as 31.785 or 79, which is the answer as D answer, right? So this was a question based on this calculations. So if I show you the question again calculation wise, then these are the calculations for this. So you can have a look. That is the cost of funds for part A again, equity, 10% debenture, 6% preference shares and all commercial papers and this cash credit. So cost of equity was the important one. We have calculated everything else after tax cost, then weightage multiplied 8.75. In the same second part, only thing is that cash credit are commercial papers are not there. The answer automatically came as 9%. And third part, the 10% we have to use just for the first year 8% discounting rate. If you want to see again quick revision here, in the second year if you see 1.08 into 1.10, third year this, fourth year this, like this, right? Or in the calculation part, this is done like this mathematically. So this was the calculation, and this is the calculation of equity beta. So you can have a look again and practice this question, because this is again a very good question asked many a times in the exam. Do practice properly before going to the exam.